Welcome to the Get Fit Guys quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield and I'm the Get Fit Guy. You know, you can certainly learn a fair share about exercise injuries at the Get Fit Guy website. For example, at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com, you'll find injury articles and episodes that include 6 tips to avoid common fitness injuries, how to exercise with an ankle and foot injury, a knee injury, a low back injury, a shoulder injury, how to use water for exercise when you're injured, how to recover after a workout or an injury. While your important goal should be to avoid getting injured in the first place, you should also be prepared to get rid of your injuries faster. Since I've personally never met an exercise enthusiast who didn't have some kind of injury at some point in their life. So I am going to give you 7 tips for getting rid of injuries fast. Tip number 1, ice. The initial response to an injury is inflammation and swelling, which can increase pain and pressure on nerves and decrease range of motion. That's why your immediate plan of attack should be to get ice on an injured joint for 15 to 20 minutes, and then repeat this every few hours until the initial swelling and redness has subsided. Number 2 is rest. Don't take this as a ticket to lie around on the couch waiting for your injury to heal. Instead, you rest the injured area only, and you can do that by simply making sure that you're not moving it much or by wearing a brace or some type of wrap or sleeve. But for the rest of your body, you get as fit as possible. For example, I recently injured my right knee, but within 24 hours of that injury, I was back at the gym doing leg presses, squats, leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises, and jumps with my left leg only, while I was wearing a brace to immobilize my right knee. So rest, but make sure that you keep the rest of your body active. Number 3 is topical anti-inflammatories. Topical anti-inflammatories can help to improve blood circulation in and out of an injured area and help to decrease inflammation and pain. I recommend them because they're much easier on your stomach than an oral anti-inflammatory such as ibuprofen or Advil. So I personally use 2 different types of topical anti-inflammatories. The first is topical magnesium, and I link to an article in the show notes where I tell you why I use that. And number 2 is topical pain management. There's many brands out there, but Tramil, Rock Sauce, and Dragon Ice are all good brands. I'll put a link to those in the show notes. So usually what I will do is apply topical magnesium before and after workouts, and then the topical pain management to the injured area in the mornings and the evenings. Number 4 is heat. So once you've decreased the initial inflammation and pain with ice and topical anti-inflammatories and rest, and you're ready to begin exercising again, heat can help to make the soft tissue around the injured joint more pliable and decrease the chance that you'll experience stiffness. For example, if you're recovering from a back injury, you can use a heating pad on your lower back prior to, say, going for a run. Or if you're recovering from a knee injury, you could use a knee sleeve to keep heat and compression on your knee joint. Number 5 is oral anti-inflammatories. As I mentioned earlier, many pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories can be tough on your stomach, and I actually rarely recommend them. But there are natural herbal remedies that can significantly assist with healing and inflammation, including proteolytic enzymes, which you'll find in pineapple, papaya, some meats, and nutrition supplements, and also anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric and garlic and ginger. Now, speaking of enzymes and herbs, you'd also be wise to decrease your total calorie intake if your injury has caused lower levels of activity. Number 6 is therapy. And for some injuries, you may actually need to see a physical therapist or sports medicine physician who will use things like ultrasound, fancy machines that combine ice with compression, electrical stimulation, or deep tissue massage to speed up healing. You may also find that some alternative remedies also work well, like acupuncture, prolotherapy, or advanced muscle integration technique. I'll put a link to all of those in the show notes. Now, myself and many of the athletes who I coach have found success with such remedies, but only for certain injuries. Number 7 is to manage stress. Getting injured can certainly stress you out, especially if you're very serious about your fitness or the way that your body looks. Remember that everything will heal in time. especially if you use the tips in this episode. But during the course of your injury, you should also use stress relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, yoga, and of course, exercise. Finally, you should always listen to your physician. If you just got out of surgery and you're in a full body cast, don't rush to the treadmill quite yet. Make sure that you have clearance from your doctor for any serious injuries. But there's no reason that something as simple as an ankle sprain or a tweaked shoulder needs to have you sidelined for weeks, as long as you manage it properly. And hopefully, the 7 tips I've given you in this article will help you to do that. If you have more questions about how to get rid of injuries fast, then share them in the Get Fit Guy Facebook page at facebook.com/getfitguy. And until next time, this is the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.